Alrighty. Lagoza, good evening, fellas. I'm good, guys. I'm good. How are you? How's life serving you? Yeah, we're gonna be hacking on our library today again. Give me 1 second. I did a lot of work off stream. I was actually probably not gonna stream tonight, but whenever somebody asks, "Is there gonna be a stream?" I'm like, "All right, let's just do it," right? So yeah, we're gonna be working on Louis GUI today again. I did a lot of work off stream. More specifically, all the CI stuff is there, meaning running tests, linting, formatting, deploying to Storybook. You can also access the repository. You can access what we did past 2 streams here. So also it gets auto deployed to Barcode, my friend. So now it's gonna get auto deployed there through CI. So you can also find the link right here. So yeah, this week I want to make sure that we have all the components fully tested, and also that I start using it in Programmer Network as well, right? Anyway, all right, let's do some work. Barcode, my friend, how are you doing? Does it sound good? Well, depends what you have now, right? I don't know what you have now. If you have no job right now, then even a job that pays you €1 is good, right? So I'm not sure, right? If you don't have a job currently, then even a €1 salary is more than you have now, right? So certainly, right? It's super. jQuery. Well, again, Marv, I don't know your past, right? I don't know your current experience and level, right? So it's hard for me to give you an advice. But if you have no experience professionally or not too much, right? Then you're not in a position to dictate, right? That's unfortunately how it is for everybody, right? And yeah, so again, if you don't have a job and you also don't have much experience, I'm not saying that you don't, it's just I don't know your profile, then certainly you want to take anything, of course. I mean you have to start somewhere, right? But that's yeah, that's questionable, right? Right. But sounds good, Marv. Sounds good, Marv. If you again, yeah, what is to say, right? If you don't have a job, take a job, right? That's yeah, you know how it is. There isn't much to think about there. There isn't much to think about, right? If you don't have any job right now, then any job is a win, right? It's really how it is. But huge congrats, dude. Huge congrats. That's amazing, man. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. First jobs that I did in my career, none of them paid anything. So it takes a while to build yourself up. 25 gold, my friend. Good evening. Yeah, so as you can see, yeah, we're doing our library today again, and as you may notice, it's also deployed to now you can now you can access it on louisgui.programmer.network, right? Yeah, actually, I'm trying to now. I'm just trying to style now. I'm trying to style the storybook a bit actually now. So I am. So we got the backgrounds there. I'm gonna put the program network. Actually, let me go to my mid journey because I generated this fella myself, right? So let's upload image. Let's say. Rahat on YouTube. Good evening, buddy. How are you doing? Thank you for coming, man. Thank you for coming. All right, so where is this assets logo, right? So I need to upload this logo so I can actually link it externally. I don't think actually that they accept. So let's say no, actually no, all good. Wait a minute. So if we go to our repository, this thing we're gonna be working on today, let's just open image here. All right, where is it? Logo, yeah. Oh, it's here. Hopefully it's an actually, yeah, it is a PNG, right? So if we go to our storybook configuration thing here, so if we go to theme, right? So we should be able to, yeah, this is gonna be huge, right? So we'll need to, yeah, maybe re-upload this, but let's see how it looks like if we kill that and rerun it again. Yeah, so you can see it's pretty huge, right? So we obviously don't want that, so it's okay. Let's yeah, let's open this thing up again. Let's save it to, I guess I actually have it saved already. So yeah, let's get over there. Let's open paint. So open with paint. And let's resize this by 50%, maybe, yeah, maybe a bit more, maybe, yeah, that I like. Okay, cool. Shit, did it actually preserve it being PNG? I truly hope so. Yeah, it did. All right, super. Upload. Go to image. Open image in a new tab, right? And then grab this fella. And then we do this again, right? Probably better if we upload this. Let's actually, yeah, never mind. But we should upload this to localize it to the repository itself. Good evening, Leo, my friend. How are you doing? Let's refresh this. All right, Photopia. I don't actually like that, to be very frank with you, but it's okay. How about you? Good, man, good. Just started a little bit late. I was actually thinking not to stream tonight, but I think someone wrote on Discord, and I'm like, all right, I'll do it. Fuck that, but let's see, is there like a image? Yeah, I guess it was him. I guess it was him, right? All right, I mean, I don't really like that. So let's do it a little bit different, right? So let's go here, even though it's a little bit waste of time, right? It's fine. I mean, one game, right? That's the point that I shared before, right? There's no point streaming if people are not there, right? I mean, it's more, I mean, you know, there's no, the only gain here is you being around. If you guys are not around, the stream is then 300% useless. The only value is actually having someone like you to talk about, right? Talk to, right? So if you're not here, then it's even more useless, right? The Twitch thing, right? Because Twitch is truly, as we discussed many times, a useless platform, right? So it's really, yeah, right? Where is this crap, man? Why do I keep... Panic, Alb, thank you, buddy. Just give me 1 second. I really need to do this because, yeah. And then we're gonna write the codes. Then we're gonna write the codes. The codes. I just need to do this. Should have created a little bit. Yeah. Louis. Come on, dude. Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's pissing me off sometimes. For no reason. Absolutely no reason to do that. Why? Why are you doing that, man? Alright, let's just design some crap, right? Quap. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just do this. Yeah. Sure, right? Let's just do that. We're not gonna spend any more time on this crap. And yeah, let's upload this stuff again and we should be good for now. Upload. Go to image and open it up, right? Yeah. Cool. Let's get it over here. Get rid of this. Let's rerun Storybook. And yeah, let's see. It sucks ass, I agree, but that's what it is. I just wish it's centered. Storybook center logo. I'm sure that it's possible. There has to be Storybook change logo services. But let's ask the robot. How do I center a custom logo inside Storybook? Already did that, it's fine. Come on, yeah. Did that, yeah. Did all of that, yes. Yep. Also did that, yes. Yep. Did all of that, yes. Centered the logo, so we need to write custom CSS. All right, cool. Really? Okay. Manager. All right, that's super strange. Super strange. But let's give it a shot. What can go wrong, right? What could go wrong? Yeah, I don't think this is centered, do you, right? Gunga Max, thank you very much, buddy. That's very kind of you, dude. Thanks a lot, man. Hope you're having fun, man. Thank you, buddy. So yeah, we can see that yeah, exactly, right? No, that's not what I meant, man. That's not what I meant, but it's okay. So we're creating an element, setting the text CSS to it, inner HTML, sidebar header. Yeah, so I guess, shit, is there a way to, yeah, actually we can do this, right? So we can do something like this. I know, is this super fun? No, but it has to be done. So we cannot always do what we want, right? Nah, didn't work. I was like so certain it's gonna work, but it didn't. All right, fuck it. Let's forget about it. All right. So, so what I want to say, what I wanted to say, yeah. So if you go now to GitHub, right, just for the record, right. So you can see I've added off stream a lot of stuff, more specifically, several CI jobs, linting and tests, deployment, and then pushing of Storybook. And then, as I said, you can actually access this now. So this is where this thing, it's not ready yet. We will eventually publish it to npm when we're fully ready. But this is where it's deployed now. So it's louisgui.programmernetwork.com. That's so every time we merge the master, the Storybook is gonna be pushed there, right? Yeah. Leo, play one game, man. You made me stream, dude. If you didn't write, I would have not streamed. So just FYI. I don't know if I should thank you or just fucking Leo, man. I'm too used to you, dude. You've been too long here. You've been too long here, man. All right, so the background is now fine. So whatever, that's okay. This logo sucks. Yeah, we agree, and that's okay as well. But the only thing now that I want to fix before we continue smacking the moving components, basically from Programmer Network repo from our front end, which is this one, really is we need to. So actually, good. Well, you're in the right place, Max. You're on the right place, as you know. So basically, for some reason, some CSS classes are actually not properly rendered. And for instance, if we go to common input error, this field is required. This field is required. Input header required. So this one, for example, has text rows 500, for instance. Or at least it should have it, right? Text rows 500, but I don't see the rows color. So there is a little amazing play one game. Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. So let's fix that, and then we keep moving the components and stuff and improving things, right? So for some reason, yeah, this just-in-time compiler is not actually figuring out which classes it should generate, because if I go to this now, is there like a CSS file somewhere? Is there like style or Tailwind CSS? No. So essentially, if I go to Tailwind config, right, this content property inside of Tailwind config specifies Yeah, man, exactly. This specifies which files should their compiler read to extract the colors, right? And it says JS, JSX, TS, and TSX, and that's correct, right? So src, and then, you know. So for some reason, you know, it's not doing it properly. So if I go, for example, to inputs and let's say common input header, input, we have this thing here, for example, text rows 500. That's not properly read. Let's say text, you know, let's choose some blue color. Let's say 175CA1. That color literally appeared in my head. I don't know why, but I remembered it was a blue one. Okay, so if we do this now, right? Yeah, actually, so this one works. What the hell, man? So why a custom color works, that came out of my head. And then this one doesn't. So let's say text indigo, no, text Tailwind color palette. I don't remember, like, how did we customize it? Because all of what their documentation are down. Are you kidding me, man? Shit, okay. Let's go to programmer network repository. Is this Luigi? No, this is our programmer. So let's go to Tailwind. No, I don't think that we were doing anything special, right? Luigi. Yeah, so I don't think that I've done anything special in here relative to Limao, exactly. So what the hell, man? What the hell? Team, extend, class, animation, keyframes, forward. So yeah, so that's really, so let's try violet, text violet 500. For whatever reason, it doesn't, Zoda, please, thank you very much. Actually, we're getting to, I think, 50 subs soon. That's pretty cool. That's the largest we ever had. Thank you very much, everybody, guys. Appreciate it. All of that money goes into this project, so thank you. How cool that is, to build a social platform for nerds and just self-fund it from you guys. Super cool. Where is this crap? Yes, yeah, so their documentation, so I can see is down, so that kind of sucks. For whatever reason, their site is down. Now, let's ask the robot. For some reason in my storybook, Tailwind official color palette colors are not rendered. Like text rows 500, but custom ones are. So let's see what's happening, right? You should import Tailwind CSS in your storybook preview. And I believe I have, right? I believe I have. I must have. This is the front end. So let's go to storybook, right? Preview. And we do have it here, right? Let's put it all the way to the top. It won't make any difference. I actually know. So I have the tooling. So that's beautiful. That's actually very good. Let's see what else. Build process. This is the wrong project. Wait, so let's get over here. Let's feed this fella this. Ah, shit, man, I know what happened. No, I instantly, when I pasted it, no, I know what happened. Coco, thank you very much, man. I know exactly what happened, because this is the issue. So we've extended stuff, but this is basically an issue of immutability in a way, right? We have also forgot to spread the existing colors, right? So you can see here, most likely, where is it? Right, so that seems to be an issue. So most likely, if I actually grab this crap now, where's our project here, right? Why are you not doing this? Come on, dude. Like why are you lagging out? All right, so let's rerun this crap. That would be super cool if it actually ends up working instantly. Let's see, required. There we go. Okay, beautiful. So good, perfect, super. That's great. Let's get over here where this is Luigi. Good. So this should be rows now, and we should see them now. Okay, good. There it is. Super. Question: how do you name your primary keys? Table ID or ID, for example? Well, I mean, there's no point suffixing a field with a table name, because then, you know, why don't you just suffix all of them, right? If you get what I mean. So why just, prefix? Why just prefix the ID? Just prefix every other field as well. You get what I mean? So no, it should be ID. There's no object in any entity in programming that doesn't have an ID, right? Nearly. Sure, you could get away without IDs by using compound IDs, or basically meaning using multiple keys to compose an ID if those two keys could guarantee uniqueness of that entity, right? But in reality, I don't think for my entire career I've actually worked where, you know, a resource didn't have an ID. Well, I think that's a little bit different subject. Play one game. Every table should have a key called ID, unless I didn't actually read the question properly. Question: how do you name your primary keys? Table ID or just no? So I think I answered correctly. Every entity should have a field called ID. Now, how you call them when you're joining them, when you're doing that sort of stuff, that obviously is slightly different, right? But when it comes to the name of the actual thing, it should be always ID, right? My pleasure, Kako. Good question, man. And at the end of the day, I just have to add, keep in mind, this is way more important than what I told you. Just be consistent. Even if you say, well, I disagree with Alex, which is perfectly legitimate, because again, there isn't the right way in this context. I think there's just more standard way. Be consistent, right? So no matter which, even if you prefix each one of your fields with banana, then do it in every table. So that's the most important place. So if you choose to say banana underscore, then use that banana across, you know, all tables. So consistency is way more important than whichever path you choose, right? Just stick to that path, right? So that's way more important, because there isn't really a right way to say. All right, amazing. Okay, perfect. So we'll need to do a lot of improvements in the context of Storybook. Not a lot, I think things are already starting to look great. But yeah. So let's just push this very quickly before we continue moving stuff around. So let's, this is very, very good, very awesome stuff. That's the only way, man, and thank you, Max. I'm happy to hear that. But that is the only legitimate way. You're very young now, and don't underestimate the importance of the habits you're building now. So to put it a little bit more precise, right now you're establishing yourself as. So as I told the story maybe a couple of months ago on this stream. I watched the video basically before where a professor from some MIT or whatever explains why cheating, for example, at university is bad for you. And he says, actually, you know, it's not bad because you're putting others at disadvantage. You're not. Then he says it's not bad because of this. And then he says it's bad because early age in your career, before you even started working, you're teaching yourself to skip things. You're teaching yourself to cheat. You're teaching yourself things which will be the backbone of you, your personality, and your career, right? So it's the same with this argumentation type of thing. Try to be the person who just asks the right questions, and you don't just say shallow things and things which have no context, substance, or anything, right? So now you are young enough to say, right? And try to build yourself up. I know that it sounds silly maybe to you now. Look at this asshole just telling me how to live. No, but don't underestimate the habits that you build now and in early career, if you work, will establish you as a professional for many years to come. Because habits are very hard to change, right? Especially those that form your personality, right? So try to be a person that asks the right questions and that challenge yourself. Don't say things that you don't know. So if you have heard about it, if you have an opinion about something, that's still not sufficient to preach it. You can only preach it if you have truly put in the time to, understand it and argument it factually, right? That's why in this stream I will never talk about technologies that as I said, I haven't used in production, etc., 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 right? Yeah, exactly, 100%. That's such a good point. Oh yeah, exactly. You'll just, 100%, man, 100%. I'm with you. So it's people underestimate the importance of that part of life, university, to work in a couple of years, because you're building yourself up, your personality, your habits, and who you are really. And if you don't do your best to build yourself in a good professional, then it's way harder to walk backwards than forwards, right? Meaning it's way harder to change habits instead of just build the good ones if you already can, right? All right, so CI is running Storybook. What the fuck, man? Are you kidding me, dude? Actually, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's just, I don't know. Okay, no, all good, all good. I know this is actually good. This is amazing. I mean, the tooling works. We can see that our linting failed, so our build failed. It's fine. It's just, why is my VS Code not properly doing shit, right? So that's a little bit strange. Let's just say fix here, and this should actually fix the linting issues, right? Did it though? Yeah, so wait a minute. Aaron, good evening, buddy. No, this is not tests. Nothing to do with tests. No. And this is, so the tooling is amazing. It works. It's just like, why? So strange. Yes. Let's go to text area. So probably one of the things, I wrote a lot of code off stream, like a lot of code. So yeah, let's see. There's some inconsistency. If I run pm lint fix, let's actually run format. I guess the format should do it, right? But it doesn't, right? That's super awkward. So if I say whatsoever, it does it, right? So if I save, it does it, which let's figure it out. So basically, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's super good. It's super good because that's what we want. I mean, so everything is working as I wanted, right? Let's just see. So the only thing that doesn't is if I run npm run format, it should use the, so essentially what I think is happening is that this fella I mean, I agree with you, right? It's just my perception in life is very stoic, right? I mainly try to better myself every day. I don't actually care about others, genuinely. But when I say I don't care, not in an unempathetic way, I have huge amount of empathy for people in trouble and stuff. I mean, I don't actually care about fools, right? I would be a way greater fool if I care about fools, right? So in simple words, you know, I mean, this book that I showed you can boil down the super great philosophy for everybody. You can read this book in 20 minutes. And even this 20 minutes of content is sufficient for you to just, fucking cameraman. The stoic mind, right? Yeah, I am, yeah. But it's very simple, right? Only thing you can really do in life is better yourself, right? You cannot affect anything unless you put yourself in position of power, which, right? So you can only affect things if you put yourself in position of power. How do you put yourself in position of power? You do that by progressing as individual and then gathering more individuals of the same kind, forming a group now of smart, capable individuals, right? And that's how real change happens. You're not sitting home for 20 hours playing video games, making no money, putting yourself nowhere, and then you think you're gonna go on the street and change the world. You will not. It doesn't work that way. Never did, and it never will. All right, so why, when I run the format, why it doesn't actually use, give me a second, prettier RC. Always pain in the ass to configure. No, I mean, yeah, yes, I mean, so I think the main reason why it's pain in the ass, Coco, right, is that it's just not something you do very often. So it's not something you memorize. Like, oh, I remember this Vita config that I wrote a year ago, right? So it's more, but no, I mean, I generated a lot of this code actually, this should also be called Louis GUI, right? But we'll see about it. That's not the problem right now. The book is called The Stoic Mind. And it's actually, ironically, the book is written, so this is about Greek Stoic philosophy. So this is a very old, like 2000 years old philosophy. But this book is written by Adi Osmani, who is a main engineer at Google of the Google Chrome project. And the organization called Go Limitless, who drew those kind of illustrations. So you have Adi, who kind of took this Stoic philosophy he also likes, wrote some paragraphs, and then those guys from Go Limitless, they drew the illustrations to illustrate a bit of that philosophy, to kind of simplify it into digestible. Jack, my friend, good evening. Jack is on YouTube. All right, so let me just guys fix this, and then we can chat, of course. So if I save this, it's gonna format, right? But that's not the point, right? So our tools are not working. So if I run the format, it doesn't actually do that, which means that our something here. So basically we have, I'm starting to form the idea of what the problem is. I'm kind of getting there. Give me a moment. So if I go to one of those 500 configuration files, we will find it. Well, prettier RC, yeah. So basically when I save, it should, those plugins don't seem to be running. Or to say when I run, so let's actually confirm that also with the imports. So if I move this import on the top, and I run this command, this import should have been now down, but it's not, right? So that's the problem. That's not good. So what are we gonna do about it? Well, we're gonna ask the robot and we're gonna clarify the problem. So given this configuration, when I run, so that's the problem for sure. But I think a robot is way smarter than me. I don't know, Sako, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. No. Make sure that your plugins are installed. Yeah, right. Sure that configuration file's name. Look, Sako. So if we go to input error, right? If we go to input error, it has an error, right? So if you run the format doesn't do shit, right? So that's the point. So, but if I save, it sorts it, right? So the format itself doesn't do stuff, but my VS Code does it, right? So that's the point. So let's close that and let's get back there. So we need to make sure that, yeah, when we run this, that when we run the command as well, that it's going to do something about it, right? So actually, I'm going to just go to let's discard this. Let's run it again. So actually, it does do it. Wait, let's close all of the crap, right? So what I'm actually going to do, I'm gonna discard all of this stuff. So it does actually work. So, okay, so I know what we have to do. Well, yeah, so I get it. No, all good, I think. Bear with me. The thing is, yeah, it's the Husky hook that I believe is the problem to say. So let's run the format. Because you should not be able to, I've added all possible checks. I've configured I'll show you guys so you can also learn some of that stuff, what I've done on GitHub. So, but is this correct though? No, so you can see that's the problem. So the format doesn't format it correctly. That's the problem. You can see now it's complaining that, hey, this is not the actual format. So the format actually messes it up, it seems. Quite contrary, right? Or maybe not. Ah, shit. So, shit, I think, so this guy does one thing, but then my VS Code, I know what's the problem. Wait a minute. The problem is the default formatter that's set in my VS Code. I think it should be the ESLint one, right? Most likely. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm solidly sure. Let's try to set it as a prettier ESLint instead. And then same here. So Sako, actually I wanted to reach out to you anyway, because we have a hackathon at Dream Data tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. I'm not trying to cancel, and I'm not, but I will probably also get late on Thursday home. So it does fit us, you know, especially if our son falls asleep, that's even better. But just FYI, I actually completely forgot about hackathon. Our hackathon starts tomorrow and then ends on Friday. We're gonna do it for 2 days basically. It's just a hackathon at the place where I work. We're gonna build some AI products. We're gonna have few themes, and then we're gonna build some products. Yeah, I mean, if you wanna, yeah, man, yeah, it does sound a little bit crazy, yes. Let me try doing one thing just because of this asshole here. So what I'm gonna do just quickly here, I'm gonna rename this to prettier config.js instead, just to see if it's gonna get affected by it at all. Yeah, it seems so, yeah, at least based on, oh shit, what the fuck happened here now? What? So is it maybe reading it now, or was it not reading it before? Now I'm even, wait, stars. Now I'm confused actually. So wait, shut the fuck up, man. Alex, good evening, my friend. So I'm a bit confused now. Is this what I want? Give me a second. Now let's take a look at the CI that failed. Replace this with, so let's see, did it work now? Can I ask, why do you have BG and BG transparent? Where do I have that? I didn't see that. Text pink. It says replace it with this. Okay, so now it seems to be good, yeah. So technically this seems to be fine now. So let's actually reload the VS Code. Is it VS Code? No, there is a dot in the front. Yeah, well, I mean, this guy's saying that the dot shouldn't be there, but does it really matter? I don't think it matters, right? Let's try that again. Prettier. Of course, yeah, of course it's different. Yeah, that's not the question, right? It's just, is it expecting a dot or not? No, so this is correct. Prettier config.js, yeah. Trailing comma none. So yeah, this is fine, right? This is okay. So this is good. Trailing comma none. Yeah, I want that. That's okay, right? Give me a second. Oh, this is good. I don't see anything wrong. This is how I want it. But that's the thing. So this is not correctly now. So there's something off, right? Because if you take a look at the CI, it says replace text rows with. No, actually now it's fine. Now seems to be fine. So now actually both of it seems to be fine. So let's try now. So we just renamed this fella. Let's give it a shot. Hi, please, could you make it when the end user changes the... what is a PFP? I don't know what that is. Profile picture, okay. Actually, I've actually must agree with you, because I've noticed also that. I agree. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, yeah. Just give me a second here. No, this is not correct, man. What the fuck is happening, dude? I cannot play other music, Leo, because of... I told you already, because I get blocked on YouTube and then the video is gone. So I cannot do that. And the music is fine. I mean, most people like it. I mean, I agree with you. I wish it's something else, right? But I cannot change it because YouTube instantly blocks my video, right? And I don't want that, because I know I spend 2-3 hours here, and those YouTube videos, they do get the subscribers. They're organic they're organic traffic to our website, right? So yeah, so I feel you. I'm with you, right? But it's just, yeah. No, it doesn't. No. I mean, we got like 80 since, just past couple of days, we got 80 people subscribed on YouTube, right? So it's working for sure. I can't, unfortunately, no, because I'm using a free OBS plugin for streaming to multiple places, and it doesn't have that option. So unfortunately not, no. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out eventually. To be honest, this type of music is not terrible for coding, I must say. Actually, it's super simple to ask. There you go. There's a poll now you can react to. Yeah, I mean, there's only 8 votes, so it's hard, and they're equal now, so yeah, it's kind of hard to decipher anything from that. So that passed. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, maybe, right? Okay, so actually now it's fine. So now we're good. So that should be deployed now. And wait, push and master. Yeah, so we need to wait. So this is just cosql. So if we go to Louis GUI programmer network, right? So it should be live now. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, super. So yeah, so well, actually more people currently like it than not. So yeah, that's just how it is. So that's great, right? So we can see that, yeah, the tooling was actually the issue, and it seems that the file name wasn't super correct. Beautiful, super. Okay, now everything actually works. Now we can just continue slamming those components into Louis GUI. Super nice. Okay, let's see. Comment section. So we first need to do the core ones, and then eventually we're going to do specific ones. Badge, breadcrumbs, button, call to action, divider. Yeah, divider basically could be an easy one to move. So let's reveal in File Explorer, copy this bad boy, go to Louis GUI, components, reveal in File Explorer. Let's smack it in here. Yeah, let's super simple one. Delete index tsx, right? Shit. Yeah, we're not gonna install a freaking library to do this. So why did I do that? Well, whatever. So interface. Exactly. Did music stop completely now? I think it did, right? I don't hear it actually. Yeah, it did. All right. No, I don't think so. No. But let me actually not risk it, to be honest. Fucking copyright bullshit, man. Can't play music anymore. Yeah, this we can play. Yeah, sure. All right, let's not waste time with stupid details. Okay. Jesus Christ, man. Let's do that. Yes. Why did I make my own utility? Because I need the utility. What do you mean why? I don't understand the question. Because are you asking why am I writing code? Ah shit, we didn't put this in the right place, did we? No, actually it isn't. Okay. Can I install a library? Yes, I can, but I don't need a library for this. You don't need to install a library for everything, right? Sometimes you can write the code yourself as well, right? What the fuck is happening here with the import now? That's super weird. Okay. Well, anyway, but how the hell do we run this though now, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I don't want to run those using jest. Okay, I see. We did instantiate, we did. Of course we did. Okay, so yeah, what the fuck? Okay, sure. A little bit useless test generated. Let's see, shuffle. We're just kind of setting up some things here for the library, right? Just we need to make sure that we kind of set some constraints so when people start contributing, they know how to do that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just a little bit shitty, right? So where's the test? V-test run. I don't know if I even have the jest, right? Installed here or set up. Okay, great. That's good. How is it on the right? I moved it to the right. Oh, okay, actually, so it's fine, right? So which one is it? Should shuffle the elements of the array. This one. This one is failing, I see. And what is it failing with? It says shuffle is not a function. Wow. So I think there's something wrong here with the imports, right? Let's try it like this. Let's say I don't know how is fuck. We're in a JavaScript file here. That's the problem, right? Shit. Yeah, now we would have to. Yeah, that's not gonna be super nice, will it? Right, that's not gonna be super nice. Yeah, we'll see, because now we're running two kind of testing libraries, and that I don't like much, right? And also we'll probably need to configure this now so jest can actually run those. Ah, actually it worked. Wow. Well, okay, let's try to make one of them fail, right? Well, okay. Unexpected that it worked, but you know what? Beautiful. Okay, so great. So this is just test failed. Well, test didn't fail. Why is it saying that it's permissioned? And no, never mind. So actually, ironically, wait a minute. That's actually quite funny though. I don't think we even need to run the jest thing. It seems that Vita test is actually covering all of this. Yeah, so we don't really need jest. I mean, beautiful. There we go. Okay, great, super. I mean, super, right? So if we actually go to the button, I guess can we also, I guess it's gonna work as TSX as well, right? Well, technically we did install that button.test, right? Yeah, we kind of did this already, right? It's a little awkward that it's complaining about it, right? Because this one isn't. Yeah, types jest. But if I actually run it, ignoring those errors, right? Yeah, so it does run. But yeah, that's a little bit strange because we did install those, right? I guess, can we do like, no, not really. Actually, wait, so maybe something like, yeah, right? Maybe, yeah. Shouldn't that be then the testing library? Because we're not really running jest, right? Are we? So it should be this maybe, right? Or just testing library maybe? Leo, my friend, good night. Sleep well, man. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? So yeah, we don't want to say jest here, right? Because that's wrong, right? Because we're not really using jest, right? We're using this testing library. Let's try giving this shit. But even here, it's inferring that this is a jest, which is not, right? Pillows, good day, man. It's going well. It's going good, I guess. I guess it's going well. What about yourself, man? You know what? I guess we can try. Shut the fuck up. Freaking setup, man. I see. I see. There we go. Okay, so that was the issue, apparently. It's an extension. It's called Error Lens. Yes. Something like that. Error Lens. V. What is the V? I don't actually know what the hell is this V thing. Is this... Yeah, exactly, right? So is there... Should we... Beats a client... Is there some V test types here to include or something? Yeah, maybe this, right? That would make all the sense, right? It's just, it seems that it globally... My pleasure, man. It seems that it globally exposes this object, right? Super strange. So let's try to make this fail. All right, beautiful. So that works, super. Okay, good. That's amazing. So let's just say here, array utils test ts, just as a boilerplate so we can actually, beautiful, super. All right, great. Okay, super. Now we can go back to this guy. And actually, what I'm actually going to do, we're going to use static methods here, because I don't think that, this is truly a library type of thing, right? So we will actually not be creating a singleton like this. We'll just export the class, and we're going to make this public static thing, right? Now if we go over here, we're really just, we're going to do this slightly different. So we're going to say array utils. And then we'll say shuffle array utils dot shuffle. Let's run this test again. That's really good. I like that. Okay, super. I don't like this declarative approach, but it's just a test. It does it, right? Using a background, yeah, I'm using a background using this extension there. All right, super, and now we can say array utils. And actually, let's set up relative imports for the utils now, right? Because we have the utils now. So if I go somewhere, where did I set this up thing? Tailwind, prettier, yeah, prettier. So here now I'm gonna say that we actually have utils as well. So I'm gonna actually grab this bad boy here. I'm gonna paste it over here, and I'm gonna say utils. Yes, that's good. Then we're gonna go to JS config paths, and here we're gonna do the same pretty much. We're gonna say, yeah, not really, right? So we're gonna do something like utils. Let's see if there's no, that's okay. Right, so that I believe should be all. Is there any other place where I've been using those aliases? Is there anything in the storybook that I had to configure? So this, even though actually we don't really need it in a storybook, but let's see, preview. Theme manager main. No, okay. So now here technically I should be able to say import array utils from utils. Thank you everybody for your follows. Utils, array utils, cannot find modules. Let me actually reload the window just to make sure that that's not the issue. And let's actually see what's happening. So source utils index ds, export default this, right? And what I'm actually also going to do, I'm going to create a kind of single source of export like in other places, and we're going to export all of the utils from here. So I'm going to go, for example, to I don't know, input the index, right? And I'm going to do something like this here. So I'm going to say array utils from array, right? Beautiful. Now I should technically be able to do something like this, right? Yeah. Here now I should be able to say shuffle. So that should be cool. Yeah. Great. Yeah, let's create a story for this now. So divider, let's say divider dot stories dot tsx. Let's grab I don't know, title, just some stories that we can take stuff from. We need to export default divider, and then we're gonna say here core divider, and yeah, this takes basically just a class name, so that should not be necessary. All right, if we go now to our storybook here, if we actually run it, yeah, here's the divider, and if we if we refresh it, so this divider basically just randomizes things. Doesn't randomize it here whatsoever. Let's see, because I don't see that it's being different. Did I like mess it up or something? Give me a second. Let's go to divider. Okay, because there's the same color, right? So let's didn't I have like a color 40 or something as well? Didn't I have like 40? Yeah, primary background color 40, right? Yeah, this one. So we could mix them up a bit, right? Yeah, but this one, yeah. Interesting. So now it's really we need to figure out how do we want this to work, right? Yeah, because if I would go and say, you know, text rows 300, right? And then I don't know. So the point of this shuffle that we just built here and this divider is that you can create a like a dynamic divider. It's like with different. So if I do this, right? If this actually ends up working. Right, so you get something like this. If I refresh, they're always going to be different, right? So that's what the shuffle does, you know. It's just, I don't know, I was just bored when I built this, but the point is that the divider kind of shuffles between those colors, right? So yeah, so what we're actually going to do, right, let's extend those props. So let's say, thank you everybody for calling. So let's say here let's say classes, right? It's going to be an array of strings. And we can, we can just give this default value, right? So if there are no classes, and then here we're going to shuffle. We can say classes, right? Yes. Why do I have this as a variable is unclear, but let's clean it up. That's useless, right? This is also useless, right? So let's get rid of that as well. And then yeah, let's do some validation. So we can say here, well, hey, if classes, we can say if classes. So let's say if array dot is array, if it's not an array, throw. I just need to find an emoji that I've used in other places. All right, so something like that, right? So if we get over here, so let's create a and yeah, and let's make this optional, right? But we want to actually say here, this is not really what I want. I want to say if it's a true to value and if it's not an array. Because we do want to allow that you don't actually have to pass any class names. Then we're going to use the default stuff, which was BG background. What was it? Primary background something, right? Yeah, so this is the default, I suppose, and let's take a look at here. But BG, Tailwind is several years old, so what do you mean new? I mean, this platform that I'm building on Twitch is 1.5 years old, and we've used Tailwind pretty much from the start. Yeah, I had enough of BAM. I had enough of BAM, trust me. I had enough of BAM, yeah. Huh. Shit, okay. Give me 1 second. Didn't we like... I don't even remember my own... Yeah, it was this one. So, where is it? Yeah. Divider. What the fuck happened? Where's my component? Thank you everybody for the follows. Appreciate it. Oh fuck, I'm looking at production storybook. That's why I was losing my... Okay, so that's great. What? Wait, what happened? Story arguments. So we're giving the arguments here. I see. Okay, well, let's fix one thing. So that's good. So first we're using the... So this BG obviously cannot be a key because it has to be unique, right? So let's use an index actually, right? Let's say here index, and we're gonna use an index. Is that efficient? No and yes in this context. Yes, because this has 3 elements. If this was you know, like an app used in Wall Street, you would definitely not use that index to render a list of million items, right? Okay, why is this though not showing now? Stuff with class names, text. Oh, it's because of the fucking text, man. It should be BG, right? There we go. So yeah, so this is giving it the class names, right? Just say with classes property. All right, cool. So we moved that one. That looks good to me, if you ask me. Thank you very much, everybody. So let's see what else can we move. Pagination, rating widget, social share, spinner, stars, tabs, tags. Yeah, tags. I mean, now we're getting into kind of specific things, right? So because this is a programmer networks library, right? So if you have signed up at Programmer Network, we're basically open sourcing this library that you can see here. So our community, you know, can use it, right? So there's gonna be 2 categories here. There's the core stuff, which is, yeah, anyone can use for any project. But then there's maybe going to be a little bit specific to Programmer Network itself, which also, well, it's not going to be necessarily just, you know, that you can't use it, but it's going to be specific, right, to that. Yeah. So let's go back there. Social share, tags, thought, tooltip, typography, global. error boundary, nav bar notifications. Yeah, there's a lot of this stuff here. Team builder. Yeah, that's almost a library itself, what we wrote. I think I'm gonna actually turn this into a separate library completely. So this doesn't really belong there. Yeah, we will definitely turn this into a different library. Yeah, we have to. SEO, progressive web app notification, Discord counter. Yeah, also, yeah. Tabs. No. We're building a component library that you can install and use those components. Storybook has nothing to do with that. Storybook is just a place where you lay out your style guide, your components, right? Storybook is just a sandbox where you show your components, their states, and the documentation, basically, right? So no, it's not. Social share. Modal. Image selector. Yeah, I mean, this is yeah, shit. Should we move that there? I guess we should, right? I guess this should be there as well. Image selector, right? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Index.tsx. I think I'm using the React, like the testing library. I think that's what it's called. I'll show you in a second. But I think it's called React Testing Library. Right, let's find this, remove circle. So we're gonna take this icon, we're gonna move it obviously to Louis GUI. So we're gonna go to icons, we're gonna pretty much actually, yeah, reveal that and then paste it there. Icons, remove circle. So we're gonna call it icon TSX, right? And then we'll do the same, right? We'll import the types as always in those icons. That's what we started. Then we're gonna say here icon remove circle. And then FC icon props. Yep. And then we'll just smack this bad boy here, right? So we'll do icon remove circle. That's great. Now we can get back to this bad boy here, and yeah, we need to import this from components, icons, right? Yes, Then the toaster, I guess, should we move that as part of this library? That's questionable. I guess so, right? Maybe not. I'm not so sure. No. So we will not actually do that. No. All right. So now we need an interface for this. So we'll say interface II image selector props. And then functional component as always, right? This is basically a string array, right? So it's not any, it's a string array. And this is also a string, right? I suppose. We'll see if it is. I don't remember how I built this. If I actually go to the storybook that I already had, so yeah, so it's an ID and a URL. So each image has that. I see. Okay, fair enough. That's how I built it. That's great. So here we're gonna actually say just something like this. And then we're gonna say ID string. Okay, sure, that's fine. And where the hell did I do that? That's not correct. So this should be an array of that, right? Yes, beautiful. Then value is not really a string, right? I guess not, right? Value should be this, right? So here we should say, you know, interface right, and then let's move this to let's create, as always, let's follow the guidelines that I wrote. I will need to document that in a readme before we release this library fully when we are done. Yeah, let's actually not export this, just so it's private to that module. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look what's happening here. Gonna clean this up a bit. Where am I actually saying that? It's because of this. I see. Yeah, I see. Because value itself is gonna be an actual object, right? So it has to be like this, more or less, right? I guess. Yeah, I mean, this is, I started this library, you know, 1 or 2 streams ago, so there's no, that depends, right? This is going to be an open source library, so so I'm doing it for the in that sake, so there's structure, right? But again, you guys should you have a link, you have access to this, right? So you can kind of go and browse it and stuff like that, right? So this is not the programming, weird, right? It's called error lens. Right, yeah. Is deleting. Okay, so yeah, we need to kind of clean this up a bit. So where's is deleting? Sat is deleting. Yeah, okay, I see. So this is gonna be either false, it's gonna be actually null, guess, or something else. Let's see. Wait a minute, where is this? Ah, I see, right? This is gonna be either image or null, right? That hybrid image. I see. So pretty much, I guess we want to do the same, right? Yeah. Yeah, so that I did this on purpose because this doesn't make sense now. Let's actually see what I did wrong there. Right. Fix that up a bit. Yeah. So let's kind of start the nice. Let's actually, yeah, that's nice. So let's figure out this. Where is this image selector now? Images. Nah, that's a shitty category, right? The image selector is here. Does it actually still work? Actually, surprisingly, it does. Beautiful. That's actually very good. Let's go to take a look at the actions here. Now in Storybook, as I click, right, we see those events basically fired, right? So we can see that it actually works, right? So this is not really to change this. This is all of the stuff we're already using in programming networks. So now we're just moving it into a separate library and unifying it, improving it, blah, 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 right? So not going to be changing styles now and stuff. That's not what we're doing here. That's going to come later. Hopefully some of you can also do that and improve some of those things if you want them. If you want to go and actually see things here live and stuff, well, you can already be my guest and do it. So okay, so that actually kind of works, right? With a slightly refactor. So what I basically did, I just unified all these interfaces and handlers, so they're always, whenever you, no matter what you do, you're gonna get an image always. Image meaning ID and a URL. There was a mixture right now in production. It seems to be a mixture between getting either a URL, sometimes getting an ID, right? So now, no matter what, when you select an image, the handler is going to give you the image object. When you delete an image, so the deletion part here, we need to fix it in the Storybook, I suppose. Right, so over here, the deletion probably is not going to work because, yeah, the image used to be a URL before. So now this image is actually a yeah, it's an object, right? So yes, for sure, yes. And the images here you can see, so we can clearly see that this is not going to work, right? So this should be .id, for example, is. Why does it look weird? Can you be more specific? Ah, I see. Fair enough. Just wanted to see what do you mean by that. Yeah, that I can say that's, cannot disagree with that, because that's always I see. No matter what you use, right, you need to be careful to not get into naming collisions, right? So the prefix isn't a matter of, you know, better or worse. It's a matter of avoiding collisions and then implying that something is an interface and or an enum or a type and not a class, right? Or an object, to say, right? So the point isn't necessarily, yeah. And yeah. So that's really good. So good. We run the global lint. Let's run the global format. I'm using Fastify for the backend. Well, depending again, what is the backend? If you mean the API, for the API, I'm using nodejs. Yeah, I'm using Fastify, yes. But there's a lot more in the backend than just that. There's databases and infrastructure and stuff. But yeah, for the API, it's isomorphic basically. It's JavaScript on both ends, yes. Yeah. Let's deploy this quickly. And shit, I just need to get rid of those carrots. Right, so we'll need to nice, man. Nice. Nice. That's completely fine, man. You should not expect anything, man. You should not really expect anything. That's you go to work, you go to your job, and you see what it is, right? There's nothing to overthink, right? It's just a job like any other, right? Relax, enjoy it, and do well. Work hard, listen, be a kind person, have empathy. Make sure that your brain works faster than your tongue, and make sure that your emotions are in check. And if you can do those things, then you're gonna have a great time. If you can't, then trajectory can change. So you are in full control. It's all about you, really. Always is, always will be. Yeah, I mean, that's what being professional is, right? Learning, that's why soft skills are late in your career. They become the most important skill you can have, right? You know, I work as a tech lead, and in one of my previous positions when I worked at the Technical University of Denmark, you know, for me in my career now, after 15 years of work, soft skills are, at this point, way more important than technical skills, right? It's not Vue.js, it's React, and it is Vite, yes, that's correct. Well, I mean, I never said in full control, right? I just said in control, right? So absolutely, nobody is in full control of anything, right? That's given, right? But more in control you are, the better. That's what I mean, right? And when I say in control, I mean you should never allow yourself to yell on anyone. You should never allow yourself to be triggered. Not just at work. This generally applies to the whole life. You should simply not be impulsive bomb of emotion, right? So I'm not talking just about work. This type of behavior is generally not cool. I wouldn't say unacceptable, because that's a silly word. What is acceptable, right? It's just those types of things you should try to pretty much never allow to happen, right? Because as I always say, you know, it's a very simple rule to live by. Never say or do to anyone that you wouldn't want to happen to you, right? So it's very simple. I mean, a lot of this philosophy is super simple, right? Don't do things to others that you don't want to happen to yourself. It's very simple. If you can do this, then you're gonna do super well. Louis GUI. Did we deploy this latest stuff? Yeah. We'll need to change this white background here. It's killing my eyes. Then we'll need to, for this story, let's, yeah. One word, exactly, man. Exactly. Like that guy yesterday. Didn't you just spend 4 microseconds to copy that stuff? Oh my god. Oh my god, how can you do that? Fucking imbeciles. honestly, I fucked off all of them, to be very honest with you. They used to come here, but then they would face the reality, and then they're not, because those types of people, they go to those influencer streams, right? Because those types of streams, you have a bunch of freaks just shitting on someone or something. You have, you know, thousands of people just writing in chat. Nobody's reading anything. They're just posting emojis and trying to talk someone or something down, right? And then they come here, and then they can't do that, right? So that's why, you know, after a year, I have on average 60 people watching, because I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna allow that ever on this stream, right? Ever. So yeah, they do come sometimes. Then I ask them very simple questions, and then they just disappear magically, right? They disappear because, you know, I ask them like basic questions, like what did you build in Rust? And then they just leave. That's the only, I mean, maybe I sounded like I'm rude to them. No, I'm just like, oh, why am I not reusing Rust? Cool, man. What did you build in Rust? And they just leave. You know, exactly, Rebecca. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't, I'm not rude by no means. I just ask them realistic questions and they just leave themselves, right? So there's no point to be rude, you know. Because a lot of people come to this stream and they just talk, right? If I was you, I would be writing perfect software. And then I ask them, well, what did you ever build? And then they leave. Maybe they complete a tutorial in Rust. I mean, that's true. I mean, it's very possible, right? Maybe they completed the hello. Yeah, that's very possible, man. Sure. That's a good one. That's a good one, Rebecca. Yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, maybe I should let people to do that sometimes, even on this stream. Just 100 hours to build a perfectly optimal piece of code that serves no purpose. Exactly. Yeah. I built this software. Yes, nobody uses it, but it's really fast. But no, it's I mean, an average developer, especially younger developer in a nutshell. It's agnostic of language, right? I mean, again, one of the most common things that I hear in this stream is performance. People come here and they use very cool words like performance, scalability, optimization, blah, blah, blah. But then as soon as I deep dive into those problems, nobody ever faced any of those. So again, it's just a bunch of talk, right? And I hate talk. I like action, right? I like to see what people are actually doing. So if somebody comes here and says, look, man, I built this amazing thing, you know, do you want to check it out? That I wish that I could see more. But nobody does that. People just talk crap, right? Nobody ever came here and said, look, Alex, man, I was building for 4 months in my room, you know, this cool thing, you want to check it out? I would instantly be like, man, I'm going to put that on the front page of Programmer Network, right? But nobody builds anything. It's just a lot of chit chat, right? Yeah, just a bunch of buzzwords, exactly, right? So it's like, I truly wish the developers would be more actionable, because there would be so many cool things out there that we can use and share with each other, help each other, right? But it's always just a lot of talk. Well, you know, if I was you, Alexander, I would be writing Rust programming language. And then, you know, but what did you build in Rust? Well, you know, I didn't build anything, but come on, man. I mean, we're using Kubernetes, you know, at Dream Data, and I have a Kubernetes cluster right here behind me on K3s, though not K8s. I have it on a Raspberry Pi cluster, and even Kubernetes, right? Depending on your use case. At Dream Data, the company where I work, we are obviously a data company, so it's a very, very complicated infrastructure. We're using GCP with you know, you can go and check it out. But even with Kubernetes, man, a lot of that has hyped too many people. Kubernetes is very complex, as I'm sure you know that. It takes many years to master if it's even possible. And some people or companies might have switched to it just because it's cool, right? Not because they need it, right? It's incredible what you can still do only with Docker or any of the provided cloud services. You know, it's incredible. But yeah, you add that abstraction and then you're kind of fucked, right? Because Kubernetes is hard. It's very hard. It's not hard to spin up a basic server, right? Somewhere, right? Yeah, Yo-Yo, but that's a very typical. So Yo-Yo, that's a very typical mindset of a just less experienced developers, and that's normal, right? I remember maybe, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 10 or 11 years ago, I was also thinking like that, but it wasn't my fault. I had a boss, so I think 12 years ago I had a boss. We were building some platform, right? And he was actually doing that. He was like, yeah, Alex, but what if this platform had 100 million users? And I was like, man, but you know, we didn't even release it. We don't have, even us can't use it, let alone 100 million users, right? So oftentimes you can be unlucky to also be in the organization with idiots like that, right? But what if this programmer network one day has 135 million users? It's like, man, we have 1,000 users now, out of which, you know, 50 are maybe active. So come on, you know. I haven't used pacemaker Gebs, you know, so I cannot, I don't share opinions on things I haven't used in production. So my competence is zero in that context. Yeah, Koros, I agree with you, man. I agree with you, dude. Like, I mean, even Programmer Network is hosted on Hetzner. I have 20 different Docker containers in a simple Docker network, right? And it's flawless, right? I have Grafana, Prometheus, Loki, a lot of stuff, right? And I did all of this myself in no time, right? Behind Cloudflare, in front of CDN, load balancer, all of that, right? But again, this is not to neglect one over the other. That's not the point. The point, right, is that you want to have a CTO or someone who makes decisions based on reason and logic, not because yesterday one of the viewers asked me, are you using Next.js? Or no, he asked, why are you not using Next.js? And I said, why would I? And he said, well, it's the latest thing, right? And this mentality is very, very dangerous, right? It's driven by those YouTube influencers, LinkedIn influencers. Man, when you go to LinkedIn, I sometimes wonder, is any of those people actually doing any work? Because they just keep posting shit. If I was you, I would be writing perfect software. It's like, man, like, is any of you actually doing any fucking work, man? You're just copy-pasting each other's shit all the time, man. It's like, are you actually building anything? Yeah, Gabs. I mean, again, it takes a while, right, to reach a point, at least for a project like this, where I actually care about high availability, right? So, for example, to give you a context, the Programmer Network, right? I think that Programmer Network, with the current traffic, which is non-existent almost, I think the uptime is like months and months. This server has never crashed since I deployed it a year ago. You get what I mean? So that's just to put you in the context. Now, if you're talking about, right, now depending on what we're talking about, right? But there's no, you know, there's no orchestration framework around this. This is just a single Hetzner server. So for a lot of those things, right, you don't need HA or whatever, anything like that, right? But again, I'm not DevOps engineer, and you're most likely more competent in DevOps than I am. So I'm just sharing my opinion. By no means I claim that I know better. I don't. Yeah, Grafana is, exactly. Grafana is probably, and arguably, I actually think most likely, don't take my word for it, but I used Grafana, I think, a decade and a half ago. Yeah, Grafana is open source, but Grafana also offers basically just like, I don't know, Just like, let's say, what would be a good comparison? Like Terraform, right? Terraform is open source, but they offer their cloud version. So it's same with Grafana. I'm obviously self-hosting this, yes, right? But you also have Grafana Cloud, right? So my point is, yes, it's free, but they also provide a service, just like Terraform does with their products, right? So it's pretty much the same content. But yeah, it is. And then I have alerting and low-key and log rotation, and you know, I have alerting set up here, so when I get the 500 error, I get a message in Slack. So I've set up a lot of very nice things which are free, basically. But, well, nothing is free. I paid with my time, right? But if we go to alerting here, right, we can take, I don't have many alert rules right now, but you can see here we have an alert rule that, you know, we have this Grafana query language here that, you know, whenever the 500 response status code happens, I send a message in Slack, right, using the alert manager, basically, right? And this is a template. So basically, in simple words, I can actually show it to you if you want. No, I get my API sends the logs. I use prompt client. Well, I'm using Fastify abstraction library, but each one of those libraries are using prompt client or Prometheus client, right? I'm not using any third-party service. Everything that when you go to Programmer Network and sign up, every single thing is hosted by me. I don't have any anything in the cloud, right? Database and everything is hosted by me. So I'm not using any. So this is the infrastructure of Programmer Network, right? To correct myself, of course, everything except frontend. The client, the React application is hosted on Cloudflare Pages, and everything else is on Hetzner on CX41. So I have internal Hetzner firewall. This firewall pretty much is internal to the host machine. I have an internal Nginx that I mostly use just for my certbot to renew the SSL certificates every 3 months. And then this is my basically alerting stack or log stack, right? I have Prometheus, Alert Manager. This is a Docker image that basically reacts to stuff from Grafana and then sends the alert to my Slack. Google Cadvisor, I use this to monitor the performance of Docker images. And then those are the basically exporters for Grafana, so I can monitor, you know, the database, so I can monitor, let's say, this is one of them, right? So you can see I have the host machine, 5% of the CPU is used, 8% of memory, so there's a lot of stuff here to show. Then we have the Postgres exporter as well, which basically shows me the performance of my Postgres database. Then API, so this is so those are the logs, right? Those are the logs that I very much narrowed down. So because for me, I use the logs as a mean to fix things. So what I do every day after work, after I'm done with my wife and kid, before I start streaming, I come here to Grafana and say, okay, did our API have any errors? So because it's basically error first development in a way. So if there was some errors, I fix that. So I use my Grafana and my error logs, my logging only for the errors. I don't give a shit about 200s, 201s, 204s. I only care about 400 plus. So from 400 to 500, I come here, right, to my logs, and then I see if there's something that I can fix. So that's my strategy, right? I'm obsessed by errors and validation and sanitization and all of that, right? So going back here, so you can see I have those internal services. I have Grafana, Nginx, as I said. And then we have Fastify API, which is Node.js API. We have Redis for caching. Only a few things in the API, not too much stuff because caching is difficult. And then I have the scheduler that I haven't deployed yet. But this is basically like, I wouldn't say it's like RabbitMQ or PubSub. This is called, I'm using the, what is the service that, this is called, I don't remember the library. We can take a look at the GitHub. And then of course I have dashboards, right? And obviously I'm not crazy to build dashboards manually, so many of you I hope have used Retool. I'm not using Retool, I'm using AppSmith. And those are my dashboards. So you can see, for example, this is a very simple overview dashboard. I can see when people logged in. So I'm not sharing any PII data here, so don't worry. I'm not sharing any user identifiable data here, emails or whatever. You can see this is just a simple dashboard. I can see how many users signed up. So we can see this month, 6 users apparently signed up if I wrote those queries well. How many thoughts have been posted, and then I see here, I can see people who are logging in, basically, activity, right? So I can go here, you can see those guys logged in 2 days ago, 5 days ago, 8 days ago, 16 days ago, and then there are probably people who never logged in after they signed up. So if we get back to the last page, we have some people who didn't log in like more than half a year, right? So this is part of the stack as well, and this is actually, to correct myself, one of the things which is in the cloud, because I didn't want to host this. There was no point hosting this myself. And then, yeah, those dashboards are going to grow. And how those dashboards work, you basically give it access to your database, and then you write queries and then feed the data that you normalize, whatever structure, and then you feed it into those things, right? How much does it cost? Maybe all in total, this whole project costs me maybe 40-50 euros a month. And what is that? Well, hosting costs 25 euros, and that could have been just as well 10 euros, and it would be fine, right? But then I have GitHub for GitHub team. I have Docker Hub. That's like 10 euros a month. I'm paying 10 euros a month for Cloudflare images, which is basically like an S3. It's an object store just for images. So all in total, it's basically 40-50 euros, which is how much this Twitch makes a month. So it kind of equalizes itself. Pretty much all of this few subscribers, you know, I have, it pretty much pays for that. So that's pretty cool. That was the idea, you know. I wanted to build a platform that's going to be run by the community, right? So no tracking, no bullshit. But yeah, Twitch, in simple words, it's not the best platform to write code, I can tell you that. Especially if you're not talking crap the whole stream and just shitting on something, then it's even worse. Yeah. So yeah, we moved a bunch of components. So in a couple of days, stream by stream, I think we're gonna move them all. Then we're gonna have to remove them from Programmer Network project and then install this. So we're gonna have to publish this to npm. And I don't want to do this now because it's not done yet. But once we publish it to npm, once we finish write tests for all of the stuff, then we're gonna start just nuke the code base from the Programmer Network, and then we're gonna use them, just install them from here. Whatever. Stan, thank you so much, buddy. That's very kind of you, man. Thank you very much. Just as I was talking about subs. Thank you, buddy. That's very kind of you, man. And yeah, this is the library I've been writing past 3 streams, for those of you who haven't been here for long. So this is basically, so I'm moving all the UI library from Programmer Network project to this open source thing, because a lot of people wanted to, in some way at least, contribute to Programmer Network. So I want to open source this part so you can at least build some parts of the UI that we can then somehow merge, right? Let's see if this is going to be fine. While we're waiting, any other questions, statements, interesting discussions, anyone? Actually, no. Sako, one of my viewers and friends, already mentioned that. I just don't have the time, right? I need to. I think I already created a task on the backlog. So yeah, that's $9 or 10 that we can save. I think, yeah, you can see we have a task right here. Move from Docker Hub to GitHub. You're 100% correct. I know. It's just, again, I can stream maybe 2-3 hours best in the evening after the whole work day and kid and wife and stuff. So it's just you know, I have to choose wisely what I want to do. But maybe tomorrow or some other day we can just switch from Docker Hub, because yeah, it's also way more natural, because we're using GitHub Actions anyway. We're using a bunch of stuff on GitHub, right? But 100%, yeah, I'm with you. Like I'm paying basically $10 for no reason, right? So I mean, I don't really care much about it, but I do care from the perspective of COGS, right? There's a in the sales context, in business context, you have you probably know, but if you don't, you have something called COGS, which stands for cost of goods sold. And whenever you're building something, any product, whatever it is, you can be a carpenter or a software engineer, you want to keep this metric in mind, because this metric basically is one of the key metrics of how you will be able to price your own product. In simple words, the more money you spend to maintain and build your own product, the less competitive you're going to be pricing wise, because you're going to have to increase the price of your service. So if you can build something with least amount of money, then you can be competitive on the market, because you can reduce the price of whatever you're selling. So that's why people are like, yeah, why don't you just use Firebase? And this is like, well, wait a minute, man, right? There's consequence to everything. So if you want to build some tiny, you know, side project that generates some passive income, the best thing you can do for yourself is keep this COGS in mind, right? Cost of goods sold. Good evening, Mativius. So yeah, so that's why, for this same reason, it's just fun to challenge ourselves and say, can we squeeze in minimum amount of money to keep this platform running? Not because of money. I don't care about 20 euros, 10 euros, 30 euros, right? It's more about the challenge of trying to build something that's so cheap to run, right? That is a huge motivation, right? Okay, this is deployed. So it should be now live. And where is it? Louis GUI. Icons. Okay, so now they should have a color, right? Yeah. And then we'll move the rest of them when we have the time. And we need to, yeah, this dark background is really genuinely killing me. So we'll need to, maybe tomorrow. I don't have the strength now to do it. And the zoom seems a little bit off. Did I like, yeah, okay, I see. Give me a second. Yeah, so strange how, yeah, okay, because I have this centered layout, that's why. Yeah, where is this layout thing? Yeah, layout centered, I think. I mean, actually, no, let's leave it like that, right? I actually think that's not a terrible idea anyway. It's just the problem is, I think that there were like few components where we actually didn't do that, right? So like here we did it with the badge, character counter, we did it there as well, divider, we did it there as well, icons, well, we don't want that. Here, yeah, we didn't do it with image selector, so maybe, yeah, I mean, so maybe before we round up, and I'm going to be here a bit to see if there's any more questions. But until then, I'll just go ahead and just clean up a few things here. So I think if I do this, Ah, it's JSX as well. Jesus Christ. Okay. We forgot to change that, right? All right, let's not do that now then. But it's okay, I guess. Let's just do this. It was not a TypeScript file, right? So that's, yeah, I guess that's how it is. Then I guess this should be image. Yeah, this should be I see. So we messed this up. So this ID actually is a number, right? I suppose. This context, right? Yeah. All right, any more statements, questions before I head off? Please, whatever. Especially if you're new and you're wondering about something. Right, cool. Wonder this method though, can I like yeah, because this is a little bit new syntax, right? This method thing, so I'm not quite sure. Title parameters, can I just like use, because there's like Storybook, every time they release a major version there's like 500 different ways to write the same shitty syntax. It's kind of honestly becoming ridiculous. This can do the same thing in 15 different ways now. Oh, this is actually not it. Where is it? Image select. Yeah, so we have the docs now, so that's fine. Okay, that's what the fuck happened here. Okay. I see. Promise and no. Wow, okay. Well, this is technically, yeah, not returning anything, so it's okay. So this is basically void, right? Well, no, it's actually, it is returning a promise, so that's, I'm wrong in that sense, right? So this should be a promise, right, of image array, right? Something like this. That should fix it, right? Dread, my friend, I'm leaving in a minute as well, so likewise, dude, likewise. Need to have a hackathon tomorrow, so I'm not sure, guys, if I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow and after tomorrow. I'm gonna try, but we have a hackathon at work for 2 days, and we have, so probably gonna stay in the office, have some beers, eat some food. So just FYI, in case I'm not here, I am on the hackathon, but I might tune in from my phone and just say hi. Double set time. Where is the double set time? Set timeout. Where did you see that? Oh shit! Nothing. That's a mistake. That's a typo. So it achieves nothing. It would do what you assumed it would do. One timeout would time out the other, right? So yeah, but good catch, man. Somebody's paying attention. Play one game. I love you, man. Have sleep well, and I wish you best. I'll see you maybe tomorrow in case I stream, but we'll see. We'll see. Louis Gui. Louis Gui. All right, let's merge this and let's head off. But before I do so, I'm gonna give you guys a minute or two. If you have any questions, I'm very happy to help you. Otherwise, yeah. Play one game. Likewise, man. Likewise. Thank you for being here. Have a good time at school tomorrow, man. All right, well, I guess there's no questions. So let's just say each other good night. I wish you guys a great day, night, whatever you are. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Rebecca, good night, friend. Play one game. And shut up, play one game. Stop with the cables. I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Peace out, everybody. Good night. Damik DK, good night. Sleepy man, good night. Everybody. I wish you guys well. Be well.